2018 in review. 2019 has started, so I will explain 24 stories about last year. There were some good memories and some bad memories. 2018 was not special, but it was good. Therefore, my 2018's ranking was 9 out of 10. My first story was a bad memory. It happened in January. On January 1st was Solar New Year and I became 1 year older. I got up late because this day was during school vacation and a holiday too. My mom made Korean rice cakes too. After breakfast, I wanted to go outside and play with my friends. However, I couldn't because my mom and dad told me that on the first day of year I must have a day with my family. However, I continued to pester my parents. Therefore, I was scolded in the morning of first day of New Year. This wasn't a good way to start my 2018. My second story was a good memory. It happened in February. On February 16 was the Lunar New Year and I was very busy. I went to my grandparents' house and met my cousins. When I met one of my cousins, he didn't know about computer games. Therefore, I took him to a PC room and taught him how to play League of Legends, also commonly known as LOL. I didn't play computer game well for the first time, but he was absolutely untalented at playing games. He didn't even know where the letters Q, W, E, R were on a keyboard. After gaming with my newbie cousin, I was very glad to encourage him play LOL. I thought maybe after a week he would be addicted to computer games. My third story was a good memory. By February 19th, I was assigned to my class. When I knew my class, I panicked because I was in class 1, but all of my friends were in class 2 and 3. I thought that this year would be hard. However, I made new friends on this day. I became close with one friend and he allowed me be close with my other classmates. My first story was a good memory. It happened in March. On March 1st, I did many things with my friends. We watched the movie at 9 in the morning. Then we went to a PC room and played a game for 9 hours. When we played the last game, my friend was mad and he broke the game. In the game, I could report him to the game company, which I did. As a result, he got a suspension for 25 days. He was so angry, but he didn't know who reported him. Watching my friends get angry made me be happy. My fifth story was a good memory. On March 2nd, I woke up very early because I started new grade. In vacation, I always got up at 11 in the morning, but this day I got up at 8 in the morning. My school was located close to my house. I went to my new class and met my new homeroom teacher. My teacher's first impression was very good because during last year, my homeroom teacher was too bad. My classmates seemed good too. My sixth story was a good memory. It happened on April 23rd was sports day. The boys who were in my class, they were very tall and looked very strong. However, they only looked strong. My class lost every game. Our ranking was first out of 6 classes, but it was very fun and we ate much delicious food. I was very happy because I could spend time being close with my new classmates. On this day, I was so tired but happy. My seventh story was a good memory. On May 5th, it was Children's Day, but I was teenager, so I couldn't get a present. I made a perfect plan for this day. I prepared material for my plan. They were snacks, ramen, and computer. First, I watched the Sherlock series. While I watched it, I ate all of my snacks. Second, I played computer games, and it was the highlight on this day. While I was playing computer games, I ate 3 ramens. Unfortunately, my mom was angry because I made my home messy and I had to clean up to survive from an angry mother. My eighth story was a good memory. It happened in May. On May 13 was my birthday. In the morning, I ate special breakfast for my birthday. Then I got celebration from my friend. I met my best friend and we went to his house because we thought there was no one at his home. However, his mom was there, so we went to PC room. I didn't like the PC room, but we didn't have other choices. Later, we went to a Chinese restaurant and I bought dinner. It was not great day, but it was enough to enjoy my birthday. My ninth story was a good memory. On May 22nd was the Buddha's birthday. The only one reason that I like Buddha was that we could have a one holiday due to his birth. To remember Buddha's birth, I chose Lisin in LA. When I played game with the Lisin character, I could feel Buddha's aura. In the evening, while I was reading the Bible, I repented by sin to God. This day was graceful. My 10th story was a good memory. It happened in June. On June 6, it was Memorial Day for veterans. Usually on holidays, I couldn't get up early. If I tried to get up before 8 a.m., then my body became sick. However, on this day, I woke up 7 a.m. This day was for soldiers who died for their country. So I chose a movie carefully. I chose Assassination. This book was about people who fought for their country. This day was very meaningful. My 11th story was a good memory. On June 19th, the rainy season started. During every rainy season, I ate Korean pancake, jeon, and drank soda. On that morning, I went to supermarket and bought flour and some other ingredients. I started making the jeon, but it was not easy. The hardest part was cooking it because I had to turn it over and it broke easily. After cooking, I understood my mom's greatness. My 12th story was a good memory. During July, these days became hotter and hotter. I went downtown and shopped for some clothes with my mom. When I came back home, it was so hot, but our air conditioner had a problem and it didn't work. I became tired because of the weather, so I just watched TV as I was chewing ice. In the evening, my family went to a restaurant to eat special food for summer. The dinner was great. My 13th story was a good memory. On July 22nd, this day was the last day of my school's first semester final test. After school, my friend and I went to a PC room. I didn't like going a PC room, but in the test time, I couldn't play with my friend. Therefore, I went to PC room to play with my friend. While we were playing game, one of my friends watched a bad video. Therefore, the PC room's owner scolded him. Then my friend turned on the I've got peace like a river with maximum volume, and other friend turned on the Buddhist song. Therefore, we were so noisy, and the PC room's owner kicked us out. My 14th story was a good memory. On July 31st was my friend's birthday. We had our own tradition. This tradition was whomever's birthday it was, we bought flour and covered him with it. My friend do it, so he was trying to stay home on this day. However, I knew his house is festival. My other friends and I went to his house with biggest size flour packet we could get. At first, we pushed the bell respectfully and asked our friend to come out. He didn't, so we opened the door and attacked him with flour powder. Then his room became hot. After that, we cleaned up the room and played with him. My 15th story was a good memory. On August 2nd, my school summer vacation started. I made some plans for summer vacation in the school. I decided to decrease my playing time and increase my study time. However, I overestimated myself because after school, when I came back home, the first thing that I did was I turned on my computer. When I went to go to bed, I felt I was doing the wrong thing. I thought again after the day that I must study harder. My 16th story was a good memory. On August 15th, this day was National Liberation Day, and the next day would be last day of the hottest day of this summer. Therefore, our family went to a restaurant to eat Korean traditional chicken stew, samgyetang. Koreans like to eat samgyetang when it is the hottest day. The food was very delicious in the food. My chicken was one of the biggest chickens that I had ever seen. My 17th story was a good memory. September 24th was Korean Thanksgiving Day. I went to my grandparents' house and met my cousin. I met a cousin whom I thought how to play LOL. Therefore, I suggested to go to a PC room together, and he accepted my proposal. If you remember, only a few months previous, his playing was terrible, but this day he was better. He said he played LOL for 4 hours. I was happy to play with him and impressed that what I had thought him had resulted in his improvement and enjoyment. My 18th story was a good memory. On September 29th, I went to a Korean traditional market with my friend. In the traditional market that opened only at night, there were many interesting things. I was surprised at 1,001 noodles. When I went this restaurant last year, the noodles were 2,001, but they had become only 1,000. The price was decreased, but the amount of noodles hadn't decreased. I ate many delicious food and had a great time with my friends. My 19th story was a good memory. On October 3rd was National Foundation Day. This day was for a commemoration of starting of the first ancient Korea. This day was a holiday, so I had much time to play. I ate my breakfast at 11 a.m. Then I went to a movie theater, but there were too many people, so I gave up watching movie. When I came back home on TV, there were some special movie programs for this day, so I watched them. This day was nothing special, but it was still good. My 20th story was a good memory. On October 8th, we did special activities about the Korean language because the next day, October 9th, was Korean Language Day. We changed some famous songs lyrics into Korean and wrote a letter to King Sejong. We also made a poster about Korean languages, marriage, and greatness. While I was doing those activities, I wondered why Korean couldn't be a common language. I wished Korean would be common language. My 21st story was a good memory. On November 9th, after 2 days, it would be Pepero Day. So many students bought Pepero and gave it to their friends. I got 11 Pepero for free, and I gave some to my 5 close friends. Therefore, I made a 6 Pepero profit. I didn't spend any money, so this was my idea of how to make money. One guy spent 50,000 won buying peppers, but he ate only one pepper. However, since I didn't spend money, but I got 5 peppers, I thought I was genius. My 22nd story was a good memory. On December 24th, this day was Christmas Eve. I couldn't meet my best friend because he had a plan to meet his girlfriend. Therefore, I met some other friends, but I was close with them, so I played with them for only a short time. Then I came back home and ate cake that my mom had bought. My 23rd story was a good memory. On December 25th was Christmas Day. My father came back home with some food. My family ate dinner together. It was the greatest dinner of this year. After dinner, I turned on TV and Home Alone was on. When I was young, I liked the movie. However, I didn't like it now because I had watched it for 10 years on every Christmas. Therefore, I changed the channel and I watched an action movie on another channel. I had a great Christmas. My last story was a good memory. On December 31st, this day was the last day of 2018. So I went to church for special worship. I counted down the 5 seconds before the new year. Then the long and boring sermon started for an hour. After the worship, I made plan for 2019. The plan was about my high school. I wasn't looking forward to going to high school. I hope my high school life would be good for me. Thank you.
Good. Give me that. Okay, Justin. While we're waiting for the other guys to finish writing their questions, I'm going to give you a pencil, and you can write down these words that you had some problems with pronunciation. Okay, first word spelling is T-A-U-G-H-T.
Thought. No. Thought.
No, that's thought would be think and thought. Taught.
Thought.
Taught.
Thought.
That's better. Okay, next word is C-H-O-S-E.
Choose.
That's right. Okay. Next one is still a problem you're having with past tense. W-A.
W-A-T-C-H.
E-D.
Watched.
Right. Now, you actually pronounced it a few times, you pronounced it correctly, but many times you pronounced it incorrectly. Watched.
Watched.
Next one is similar. C-H-A.
C-H-A.
N-G-E-D.
E-D. Changed.
There you go. One more time.
Changed.
Good. Okay. Next one is R-E.
R-E.
S-U.
S-U.
L-T.
L-T.
E-D.
E-D. Result. Result. Resulted.
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 Okay. You missed the S on N-O-O.
N-O-O.
D-L.
D-L.
E-S.
Yes. Noodles.
That's right.
Noodles.
Yeah, when you talked about going to the night market. And the last one, which is a little bit difficult, is H-Y.
H-Y.
M-N.
M-N.
No, him.
Him.
Same like he and him. H-I-M. Him. Same sound. Yeah. Okay? And the other thing, you had a few problems with your period marks.
Period mark.
Yeah, so at the end of the sentence, your period mark, the sound has to go down.
Okay.
Okay, that's a new problem for you, so I'm a little bit surprised about that. And a couple of times, which is strange to me, you added was and then your past tense verb. I'm quite sure that that's not in your writing, so you have to fix that past tense problem. There's no was played, for example. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, good job. And now we have some questions. Who would you like to have a question from first?
I choose?
Yeah. Johnny.
Okay. In March, you said you watched many movies. Yes?
Yeah.
What was your best movie in March?
Death Voices Society.
Oh, Dead Poets Society.
Yes.
Oh, that's a great movie about the teacher.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know that movie? Tell us a little bit about that movie, because that's a great movie.
Some traditional school
In England. In America, that's right.
America.
Private school.
They were so hot, and teachers were not good to students, and some Jew teacher came to school and
English teacher, actually.
and changed the students and school about the story.
It's a great movie. If you have a chance to watch Dead Poets Society, it's one of the best movies ever. Yeah, it's a great movie.
Okay.
Okay, next.
Billy.
Why don't you like go to PC room?
Some good PC room, there were not smoking people, but close to my school and my house, but PC rooms were not good, bad.
Because of so many people are smoking there?
Smoking,
I thought nowadays in Korea that the smoking area had to be separate from the not smoking area.
but the smoke came to the smoking area.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the separation is not good then?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that would be a problem.
Yeah.
You said your friend watched a bad video. What was this bad video that your friend watched?
Some video, the under 19 should not watch it, the video.
So it's kind of my question. So is there not some restriction at the PC room? If you go to the PC room and you're not 19 years old, is there no? Because there's some games that you're not supposed to play unless you're over 19 also, right?
Yes.
So don't the PC room managers check about your age and check about which games or what things you're doing at the PC room?
No.
So it's free?
Yes.
Ooh, okay, that could be a problem, I suppose, eh? Okay, next.
Yeah, teacher.
Oh, again? All right. I was very interested about your 20th story. You said you wrote a letter to King Sejong, and you also said that you hoped Korean would be a common language.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that, please?
Very Koreans very or
I'm sorry?
explain about Koreans marriage.
Sure.
My teacher taught me Korean.
My teacher did what, sorry?
Taught
That's better. Taught me, yeah.
me
Mm-hmm.
Korean
Mm-hmm.
could be learned easily and write easily,
Written easily, yeah.
read
Mhm.
easily.
Mhm. So
And-
those are some of the merits, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, even the language shape
Yes.
is very, I might say, scientific.
Yes.
For example, mium,
Yeah.
the box of M sound,
Yeah.
is the same shape that your mouth makes when you make that mium sound. Yeah, it's very intelligent, right? I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I hate English that way. It's a terrible language for. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. What was when you said you wrote a letter to Kim Se-jong though? What did you write to him? What did you say?
Boring. Thank you for making Korean language, and I remember you like this.
Okay, fine. Next.
Billy.
In vacation, you said usually you wake up late.
Yes.
Why?
It's a vacation. That's kind of a
Yeah.
silly question.
Because that is not good habit, I think.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
What about you? You always wake up late. So.
I always wake up 7.
Really?
Yeah, usually.
How come when we're doing our online classes, then you're always late for 8 o'clock?
I slept in the bathroom.
You slept in the
I
bathroom?
fell asleep when I was shower that time.
What? You fell asleep in the shower?
Yeah.
Do you sit down when you have a shower?
Standing?
Can you sleep when you're standing up?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
My friend did too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
He
gosh.
slept 1 hour.
Standing up.
Yeah, standing or doing shower.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, it's a little bit of a strange question. So, why do you sleep late during vacation time?
Because vacation.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're going to have to ask you to get another question, Billy. It's a little bit of a strange
No?
question. Well, think about it. We'll go to somebody else
Johnny.
first. Johnny.
You said you and your friends turn on very unusual videos and made PC room noisy,
Yeah.
right? Why didn't you make them stop?
Because if I tried to stop him, they didn't.
Why?
Because they're excited. They were excited and can't control.
You can't control that? Yeah, okay. Okay, Billy again.
There weren't any women that gave you pepero. You received 6 peperos.
Yeah?
No woman?
No.
King of
I'm sorry.
King of women. King of
That's
women.
sad story. Okay.
Rian teacher.
Again, another gaming question. A lot of
Okay.
your answers were gaming questions. You said in your 5th story that when you were playing games, your friend got angry
Yeah?
and broke the computer?
No.
Just
Just cancel the game.
and then you reported him
Yes.
to the game
Yeah.
and he got a 25-day suspension.
Yes.
But then you said you were happy because your friend was angry. I don't understand about that. Why would you be happy if your friend is angry?
Because
Yeah,
the very close friend,
yeah.
and he didn't know who reported him, and embarrassed. So watching him became like this. Very happy.
Psycho.
Like that.
All right, next.
Johnny.
On sports day,
Yeah.
you said the boys that looked good at sports
Yes.
were bad at sports, right? What do you think? Are you better at sports than them?
No. I'm not good at sports. Absolutely.
Okay.
I have a related question. I'm going to
Okay.
tag on to Johnny's. You said that you lost all the games,
Yes.
but your team and your class was still ranked 4th out of 6. How is that possible?
Because class game,
Yeah.
each class game
Yeah.
is there,
Yeah.
was there,
Mm-hmm.
and personal game was there.
Okay.
So if we won the class game
Yeah.
and we get point,
Yeah.
and our classmates won the personal game,
Yeah.
and we get point too.
Okay. I see. So there's 2 different ways to get some points. Okay. And I guess Billy, your last question.
You say that you made Korean traditional 전?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was not easy. But your mother and maybe other people helped you.
No.
It was really difficult.
I don't want someone help me.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Good. Okay. Hey, good job, Justin. I'm very impressed. Well done. Okay. A little bit. You have to practice with those pronunciation things, and it would have been nice if you weren't looking at your paper so much.
Okay.
So if you looked a little bit more at the camera, then I think that would be good. But very good. That was 30 minutes, by the way. More than 30 minutes presentation. So good job. Yay!
Yay!